Who put the glad in gladiator? Welcome to MsMojo, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 Hercules Easter eggs.
Well, it's a small underworld after all, huh?
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we'll be looking at some of the best pop culture references that Disney managed to sneak into their animated classic, Hercules. Number 10. IXII.
Jeepers, mister, you're really strong.
Well, just try to be a little more careful next time, okay, kids?
We sure will.
Oh, Roman numerals. An ancient numeric system that involves math and the alphabet.
Roman numerals? They never even tried to teach us that in school.
When pain and panic disguise themselves as trapped children, they scream, "Somebody call IXII,"
Somebody call IXII!
which translates into 911, the emergency number in North America. We see what you did there, Disney.
I was going for innocence.
We're also going to ignore the fact that Disney uses Roman numerals for a story set in ancient Greece, because Romans became quite taken with Hercules. They even had a Hercules cult with temples. Plus, it's a lot easier to say IXII than Theta Alpha Alpha.
You want your Theta Chi material, freshman?
Number 9. Spring Fresco. Nothing captures the vibrant ancient Greek culture quite like the famous spring frescoes of Akrotiri, now the island of Santorini. The island was buried by a volcanic eruption in the Bronze Age, which thankfully protected this magnificent piece of art for us to later appreciate. The color is still very vibrant, and it depicts blooming lilies, soaring birds, and stylized rock. It's no wonder that Disney was inspired by the fresco and used it for the interior design of Herc's childhood home. His mortal parents really had great taste.
I gotta know.
Number 8. The Karate Kid. Now, who doesn't love a good training montage? One of the best montages to come out in the 80s, and there were a lot, was in The Karate Kid. Disney knows how to recognize greatness, so they included an homage to Mr. Miyagi's training of Daniel LaRusso in Herc's montage.
It takes more than sinew. Comes down to what sinew.
With the sun behind them, Hercules, Phil, and even Pegasus balance on wooden pillars just like Daniel. The only thing the Karate Kid was lacking is a good old-fashioned pump-up song sung by Danny DeVito. But maybe that's for the best.
You're my one last hope.
Number 7. Air Herc.
I throw everything I've got at him, and it doesn't even...
What are those?
I don't know. I thought they looked kind of dashing.
It turns out that Nike has been sponsoring athletes for longer than we thought. It only makes sense that they would sponsor Hercules, since Nike is the Greek goddess of victory. For all we know, she was hanging out on Mount Olympus with baby Hercules. These limited edition Air Hercs are rather dashing, and colorful sports sandals were clearly all the rage in Disney's version of ancient Greece. Even Pain risks the wrath of Hades to wear them, which probably wasn't the best idea.
You are wearing his merchandise!
But seriously, where can we get a pair? Number 6. Hidden Mickeys.
Long before Hercules, many eons ago.
Look closely or you just might miss them. Disney has a long history of hiding their mascot in all of their various properties. From movies to attractions, there's likely to be at least one Mickey, and Hercules is definitely no different. There are at least 5 Mickeys hiding in the movie, and at one point we get 2 in 1. In Hades' lair, we see his tactical map, which looks a lot like a profile of our famous mouse. If you look even closer, one of the figurines is sporting mouse ears, so apparently not even the Greek ruler of the afterlife is immune to the charms and appeal of Disney memorabilia.
Hey, 2 thumbs way up.
Number 5. Grauman's Chinese Theater. Grauman's Chinese Theater is one of the most famous theaters in the world. It officially opened in 1927, and the amount of movie history it's seen is insane. The sidewalk in front of the theater is also lined with handprints and footprints of celebrities, like Will Smith and Clint Eastwood. Disney gives a subtle nod to the historic landmark when Hercules signs his handprints with a note saying "to Sid," in honor of the creator of the theater, Sid Grauman. Even though you can't actually find Herc's handprints at the theater, we think he's certainly worthy. And honestly, being immortalized in the stars is pretty close.
That's Phil's point!
Number 4. Haunted Mansion. Fans of the Haunted Mansion are sure to find this egg quite amusing. During the song I Won't Say I'm in Love, the muses briefly turn into busts, which pays tribute to the singing busts in the Haunted Mansion. Originally, this was an egg for die-hard Disney fans, since the busts were only on the Disney rides. It would be 6 years before they were made even more popular when the Haunted Mansion movie starring Eddie Murphy came out in 2003.
Down by the old mill stream where I first met.
Seriously though, how does Disney come up with this stuff? Number 3. John Musker and Ron Clements.
Sorry, guys! Hey, watch where you're going, driver!
Ron and John are the legendary directing duo that has worked on your favorite Disney films from Aladdin to Moana. They really put themselves into their work. Seriously, they have a tradition of animating themselves into their movies. In Hercules, they can be seen at the beginning of the movie as burly construction workers who nearly get knocked off their arch, when Hercules charges past with a hay-filled wagon. John is the taller one with a lovely mustache, and Ron is the shorter fellow with a beard that could rival Zeus.
Fine work, my boy! You've done it!
Number 2. Mast of the Argo.
Watch it! That was part of the Mast of the Argo.
The Argo?
Much like the MCU, characters in Greek myths are all part of the same universe. According to the mythology, Hercules met the Greek hero Jason and saw his famous ship, the Argo.
Good to meet you, Hercules.
Oh, wow! It's a real honor, sir.
Jason and his band of Argonauts went on to sail the Argo on epic quests. Unfortunately for Jason, the Argo killed him while he was taking a nap when the mast fell on his head. Not the most dignified way to die. In a nice nod to this bit of mythology, the movie version of Hercules bumps his noggin on the very same mast which claimed Jason's life.
Who do you think taught Jason how to sail? Cleopatra?
Number 1. Scar. Disney clearly believes in karmic justice, because even after death, Scar is being humiliated for his crimes against Mufasa and Simba.
At 1, you got a meeting with King Augeas. He's got a problem with his stables. I'd advise you not to wear your new sandals.
Phil.
While Hercules goes from zero to hero, Scar has gone from King of Pride Rock to fashion accessory. Hercules literally wears him while posing for a portrait before unceremoniously throwing the pelt to the ground. At which point, Phil uses him as a face cloth. Sometimes when Disney villains die, they come back. We're looking at you, Jafar. But it's safe to say that Scar is good and dead. Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from MsMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.